Hey guys, and welcome to the Floor Zero podcast. This is episode... It got complicated when we scrapped a load of episodes. The numbers now are kind of arbitrary.
Oh no!
So it got complicated. There we go.
I think it's either episode 14 or like...
I think 14.
Something like that.
Please just avert your eyes slightly upwards and you'll see the episode number.
We'll work it out as it goes along.
So today, you have me, as always. We have Ash.
Yes, I'm also here.
Chris.
Hello.
And Jamie.
Hello.
So you lie there, Zach. You're not always here.
He's like missed one podcast.
I've missed one
Or two.
podcast. And then last week, when I was like, oh shit, I've got too much work, I'm going to miss the podcast. But then no one else was around, so I technically didn't miss it.
No one showed up. No magic happened.
Oh, so Alex is alive, but he's too ill, so he's not joining us.
Ill?
Yeah, as I said, he's not feeling well, so he's not joining us, because he's a little bitch.
Oh, bless him.
Alright.
And Fletcher's doing drug deals, so he's not here.
Yeah, we have no idea where Fletcher is.
He's probably making his way up to uni.
Yeah, something like that. Alright then. So, first of all, we have to start with the most important bit of news in the new releases section.
Oh god.
We're not doing what we've been playing.
Oh yeah. It's been a while. It's been like 2 weeks since we did one of these.
But the
let's
news
do
is
it.
kind of related.
Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, like 3 of us have been playing the new release that I was just about to talk about. So,
Fair enough.
alright, Ash, what you been playing?
Journey.
Why? Why would you do that
Because-
to yourself? Also, I asked what you've been playing, not what you've been watching.
Yeah. Because I was waiting for... Because I was editing last week's award show podcast. And I needed something to kill time whilst I wasn't using my laptop to save processing power. And apparently that game is as long as it takes to render out a 720, roughly 2.5 hour video.
I was going to say,
Which isn't
please
very
tell me
long.
you use Journey for the entire footage.
God, no.
No.
Well, we know
No,
that's not true.
Yeah. Well, if you want to like take a guess at what I've been playing, just look at the footage because I was gathering that. And I've been playing a bit of Pocket Mortys.
Oh yeah, we've not put it on the list. We will talk about that later, I imagine, because
Yeah. I haven't played much of it, but I've played Pokemon. I get it. It's a parody game.
cool. On the subject of, obviously, Ash mentioned last week's podcast, we will get more into this later, but I just want to make one thing before we continue. My most anticipated game of 2016, no longer going to Scalebound,
For reasons.
for reasons that we will talk about later. So off the top of my head, I'm just going to fucking give it to Zelda Wii U, just instead, because despite the fact that we know almost nothing about that game, I'm always hyped for a new Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Automata.
I'm excited for that game,
But he can't get it.
but I'm
'cause
not
he's
getting a
big.
PS4 anytime soon, so, you know.
I don't know. I can't see it being that great
Okay, Ash.
because
Right, no.
Oh, no,
We can't, we
not
can't, we can't
yet.
do this. We can't do this. Not again. Oh my god. You,
This is just like the Skype call the other night. What is wrong with you all? No.
let's not go down this road again. It's really not.
But
Okay, let's so yeah,
I need
that's,
donuts, Zach. But I need donuts.
moving swiftly.
stop
on.
with the inside jokes. Okay, Chris. Apart from the thing on the new releases, what have you been playing?
League of Legends as always. Verdun, which is a World War One shooter, which basically means that you get gas attacked every 5 minutes, and you spend half your time getting shot in the spawn because the game is an asshole.
Fun. I like getting
It's
gassed.
fun,
It's one of my
but it's
favourite
an
things. Fair enough. Jamie, apart from the thing on the new releases, what have you been playing?
I have been playing some Bloodborne, which I was playing for quite a long period yesterday. I played Castle in the Darkness,
If you hear any weird noises, then just don't think anything of it.
Yeah, just ignore that shit. I also played Metal Gear Rising with the most awesome soundtrack ever.
Yeah, I found out recently that Jamie hadn't played that game, so I strongly recommended he do so.
So, me being me, I went out and brought it and then completed it.
Jamie actually completed a video game.
You give me so much shit for not completing video games, but I work full time. Fuck you.
So that game that you said that you bought for like dirt cheap, and that you were going to play more of it, did you?
Yes, that was Castle in the Dark.
Fair enough. Because we did say we were going to double check.
I'm going to check his playtime now.
Yeah.
Anything else you've been playing, Jamie?
1.5
hours. What did he have last time?
I had less than that.
0.8. 0.8. So we can give no shit this time around.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's played like another less than an hour.
But he did say he'd play more of it, and he did. So
true, I suppose.
Kudos.
Woohoo! I don't know why. I don't think I've really been playing anything else. Oh, I played some Need for Speed this morning. It's the new.
I mean, you've been playing Axiom Verge as well.
I have been playing Axiom Verge actually.
I saw that game. What is that game?
Metroid.
It's a Metroid. Yeah, just like the original Metroid.
It's like, it's not a Metroidvania, it is Metroid.
So it's like, so we've got to just talk about game titles. Some, like, you read the title, and just from the title you can understand what kind of game it is. And other ones, it's like, I guess I have to read further to find out what game this actually is.
Yeah.
It's about a guy that's a scientist.
No, it's about a bounty hunter called Samus Aran who goes around hunting bounties.
No, it's about a bounty hunter called Metroid. Silly.
Cool.
Metroid is a girl.
What if Zelda was a girl? Damn it, you beat me to it.
Is that everything? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I have, as always, been playing Isaac. My time has been more taken up by. I actually did do quite a bit of university work, which I probably should have been doing more of. And also this other new release that we're dodging talking about. So pretty much my Isaac playing has just been logging on, well, not logging on, but just starting the game up, doing dailies, doing really badly at dailies because I've been playing like trash lately. And then
Don't you always play like trash?
Oh no, I had a run of some really solid.
Oh yeah, I remember
scores.
you beating.
I beat the cash cab, which was the Ovum Patriarch was all I wanted. I wanted to beat him, and I beat him a couple of times. But now I'm playing like absolute trash, and like I'm either getting terrible scores or just not making it to the end. So, yeah. I did also play a game called Hexels.
Oh.
Which...
They definitely did on purpose, didn't they, that title?
It's essentially what it is. It's basically, it's Minesweeper mixed with Picross, but everything is hexagons. And those... 3 Hexels games, Hexels Infinite, Hexels Plus, and the regular Hexels, were all on Steam. You could get all 3 of them for like £1.50, and I heard that they were pretty good puzzle games, and I'm actually quite a fan of puzzle games, just as like a thing to just do, where I could just like not really think too much. So I just picked them up, and yeah, it's a pretty decent puzzle game. Is all I can really say, to be honest.
There's no greater puzzle game than Super Hexagon.
Super Hexagon is not a puzzle game.
Puzzling how to keep your sanity.
So, Dragon's Dogma has finally, after 3.5 years, come to PC, and it is glorious.
That is.
So,
It is.
I don't know how much I've talked about Dragon's Dogma on the podcast, because obviously...
Quite a lot.
It's quite a lot. Obviously, I've talked about the PC release, but I don't know how much I've talked about how much I enjoyed the original. So yeah.
There's probably back in Sanctum was the last time you talked about it.
Yeah, I do remember mentioning it then. So yeah, Dragon's Dogma was a 360 and PS3 game made by Capcom. It's a kind of RPG with kind of like action combat stuff. Came out in 2012 with a kind of re-release in 2013. Essentially, they did a weird thing with DLC where they added some DLC, but you couldn't just download it. You had to buy the game again, but it was cheaper than the base game. It was weird. I racked over 1,000 hours up in that game, and did pretty much everything you could possibly do. And then they announced the PC version, and the hype was real, and it's so good. It runs beautifully, and it doesn't look amazing, but that's to be expected.
It doesn't look too bad, I'd say.
Okay, it definitely looks better than the console version did, but it doesn't look like a 2016 game.
Oh, because it's not.
Does it have a letterbox?
It doesn't. They
No.
took out the letterbox, and the
Yay!
not only because in the console version the frame rate was capped to 30, but frequently dropped below that.
One thing did make me laugh. You know when you first go to Grand Soren after doing everyone's favourite escort quest.
The best mission in the
There's that
entire game,
cutscene where Mercedes talks to you.
Yeah.
It looks so much like one of the Demon's Souls cutscenes. So I was like, wait a second, what the fuck is this? It even had I swear the font, the white subtitles at the bottom is almost identical.
Fair enough. But yeah, so they've the frame rate is uncapped and will actually hold a solid 60 or more if your machine is better, and it's just so good. Obviously you will more than likely be seeing this game right now, and that's more than likely what the game is going to be that I'm using for the footage. I'm getting an interesting experience of it because having already racked up 1,000 hours in it, I wanted something different to do, so I'm doing something called the Bitter Black Challenge, which I'm not going to go into it too much, just because there's probably a lot of people who don't really understand this because they've not played it. But essentially, you just, as early as possible, you go into the DLC area and then try and complete the DLC area without leaving. And the level recommendation for the DLC area is a lot higher than 1. And it shows, I've got, I think, about 20 hours in it so far, and it was about 10 hours in that I got to the point where there were enemies that weren't one-shotting me anymore. I played 10 hours, everything was just one-shotting me. I'd have to, either play really carefully or just avoid things and just try and gear up, because that's the whole point. It's the enemies are tougher, but the gear is better, so you have to try and, get gear to survive and then slowly get better.
So there's a bit more of an exponential growth in power in it.
Oh yeah, quite a lot. So I also did the best XP farm ever, which I recorded a clip of. I will either put it in now or forget to do so.
Remind
one
yourself
of the two.
I would say one thing we're talking about someone is Zach had said numerous times after watching him play that it's a difficult game. It's a hard game, and I was like, yeah, I can see that, but I was like, it can't be that difficult. I played Dark Souls all the fucking time. It can't be that hard. I got into the game. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Bandits beat the living shit out of you.
So Chris was like, "Oh, I'll play it on hard mode." I'm like, "I really wouldn't recommend you play it on a hard mode." And then I did eventually talk him out of it, but Fletch was like, "Oh no, I'm definitely going to play it on hard mode." I don't know how long he played on hard mode for, but it wasn't very long before he dropped down the difficulty.
Well, I remember I was at his when he did the tutorial, and he fought the Chimera at the beginning, and he died to that. It literally one-shot him with one attack. He had a little bit of health left and then just dropped dead. It was hilarious. And he was like, what's going on? Because he got an achievement and he thought it was an achievement for your first death in the game. I was like, dude, this game doesn't do that. And it's obviously he died at that part, so it skipped him out of the tutorial and he didn't have to fight it again.
Wait, if you die in the prologue,
Yep, it just takes you out of the prologue and puts you into the main game.
I've never
you die
died
in the prologue, you die in real life.
I've never died in the prologue, so I didn't know that was what happened.
Neither did I.
They use speedrun strats.
Me and Fletch found it out yesterday, and I was like, dude, I have never died in that. Fair enough.
Very reminiscent of Demon Souls. That does the same thing where it's if you die in the tutorial section, then it's that's your tutorial of, okay, that's how you end up where you are.
Okay, you done the tutorial. Have fun in the rest of the game.
Right. I don't want to stay on this for too long, but I do want to ask one more thing. So, I hear a lot of people comparing Dragon's Dogma to the Dark Souls games. Now, I've played a hell of a lot of Dragon's Dogma, but I don't play Dark Souls, so it's not something I could ever weigh in on. Whereas you two, Chris and Jamie, have played Dark Souls, and now you're playing Dragon's Dogma, and I just kind of wanted you to sort of give your thoughts on how similar the two are.
There's different ways I can put this. It's like, graphically they're very, very similar, just due to their age.
Yeah.
Like the world design and the art design is very, very different. Something that I quite like is because, like that video that you said, was the guys review of it, is while Dark Souls does its own weird dark fantasy, Dragon's Dogma goes very much along the lines of traditional fantasy, with goblins and dragons and poking your heart out.
They are both very difficult games.
Yeah, both are designed to be hard. They definitely don't hold your hands, and they reward exploration, which I really like.
Yeah.
Although it's a pain in the ass sometimes.
Which is kind of like the same sort of things that you get with Dark Souls as well.
Both games, they'll give you hints, and they'll sort of push you in the right direction, but they won't just go, by the way, the thing's over here, like a lot of games do. Which I love.
Because like what I like about Dark Souls is you can go to most areas like at any point, and it's not a linear game, which is also
assuming
like
you pick the master key.
Yeah, you pick the master key. But the thing is that like when you go into Dragon's Dogma, you can wander so easily into a very high level area early on, and it's
I
just
remember shortly after getting to Grand Sorin, the first time I played the game, I wandered out and I wandered into this sort of quarry area, and I must have been like about level somewhere between 10 and 15 at the time, and there was an ogre in there, and I spent about 4 hours just dying to that ogre over and over again before I finally got the message of, I'm probably not supposed to be here yet. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's certainly a lot more dynamic than. Well, I don't know. Actually, not even. It's the way its animations are done are made to seem a lot more fast paced.
Yeah.
Like, half tempted to say that it isn't actually. It has the same sort of pace as Dark Souls, but because of the animations, it feels faster.
Well, I suppose it depends. It depends what you play. Because the fighter warrior classes are a lot slower, but like, especially now I finally got, and this was the thing I was waiting for, because I'm playing currently as the assassin vocation. I finally unlocked the double jump and the dodge roll, and that just like massively opens up your sort of movement potential, and it does make it significantly faster.
Playing as a mage, Playing as a mage, it feels like a strategy game more than a.
Especially like if you end up playing as like a sorcerer, like high level, because you obviously your main offensive potential comes from moves like the Maelstrom and stuff, which take at an estimate about 4 years to charge. You really have to kind of like, use your pawns, like send your pawns in a way that can distract the enemies, get yourself in a position where you're not going to get hit and knocked out of the animation, and then just charge, and it's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, a point I made over the night is I thought Dark Souls debuffs effects were annoying. No, Dragon's Dogma's debuffs are a pain in the ass.
Because everything is a debuff in that game. Like, if you roll through some water, you get wet, which means that fire does less damage to you, but electricity does more damage to you. You can also, like, enemies can throw pots of oil at you that make you more susceptible to fire damage, and then, like, there's the actual, like, magical debuffs, like the blind and the sleep.
Poison.
Poison isn't too bad in comparison to, like, Dark Souls poison, but,
it's
like...
not, but it's annoying.
Yeah.
Enough. Blind is ridiculous.
But, like, on the whole, the wet debuff thing, I had sunk it must have been like about 500 hours into Dragon's Dogma before I realised that it never rains in that game. And then I was like, of course it doesn't rain. Because then you'd be constantly with the wet debuff and that would suck. But it's like this really cool world that has like a day-night cycle and anything, but it just never rains. And it blew my mind.
You can sort of do that in Dark Souls as well, when you get wet, when you roll through jars with water and you get wet and you can roll through the fire and get less
that's like the
damage.
Dark Souls
It allows you to
2 thing,
walk
wasn't
on lava.
Yes.
Remember, kids, if you're ever like running away from like volcanic materials, just wet your feet. You'll be fine. Just smash your face against a mason jar full of water and you'll be fine.
Alright then, we should probably move on before we spend an entire podcast talking about this game, as much as I'd love to do so.
It would be great, but
I'll give that. Zach was right. That game is fun.
Yeah, it's a very good game.
it is a good game.
Actually, you can probably tell I quite enjoyed it from the 1,000 hours that I've already put into it. And the 1,000 more than I'm going to put into it now it's on PC.
Well, I had it on.
Assuming you get out of Bitter Black Isles.
I'm going to do it. Like, I'm terrified now because there's kind of like 3 bosses in Bitter Black that you have to kill to progress. Like, there's extra bosses like Death, who are optional, but like, there's the Gazer, the Dark Bishop, and then Daemon, or Daimon. I'm still not sure how to pronounce his name. I've killed the Gazer and the Dark Bishop, and Daimon is like the final boss of Bitter Black, and he's the next big thing, so I'm kind of scared about that.
I'd be alright, I suppose.
I don't think so. He's tough. He's fucking tough. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, the reason I stopped playing it is because my disc drive broke on my original 360, which kind of sucked.
Right.
Alright then. Should we move on to the news? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now something completely different.
Pokemon. So, Pokemon's 20th anniversary. I hadn't even thought until I started seeing like stuff about it online that it's the 20th anniversary of Pokemon this year, which is, it's 20 years of Pokemon. It's pretty cool. There's quite a lot of stuff happening that Nintendo are doing for the 20th anniversary. There's all sorts of like special shit you can buy. There's like a really cool. I don't know if you saw this, Jamie. Did I show you the Nendoroid? I know I told you about it.
You didn't show it me. You told me about it, but
right. There's like a special edition Nendoroid of red, and he comes with Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. There's a special 20th anniversary bundle that comes. It's a 3DS with. I find it funny that it's like, I get why it comes with red and blue version pre-installed, because obviously those are on 3DS now. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, are they out now?
I think so. I just check that for you.
So yeah, it comes with Pokemon Red and Blue installed, and it comes with a Charizard and a Blastoise interchangeable faceplates, because it's on the regular new 3DS, so it has those. I just find it funny that I get, like, because it's red and blue, they have Charizard and Blastoise, but it's just like, where's the Venusaur faceplate? I mean, I know no one wants it, because grass starters are shit, but...
Where's the yellow edition faceplate?
Apparently, they'll be available on the 27th of February.
Which is when the bundle comes out, so that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, there's all that stuff. The big thing for me, though, is a year of mythical Pokemon distribution events.
Yes.
Basically, starting in February, every month they're going to be doing a distribution for one of the mythical Pokemons, which are the event Pokemon. So in February, you've got Mew, and then March, Celebi, Jirachi, Darkrai... What?
Is there actually a confirmed list now of what month will have that? Oh, sweet. You're
looking at it right now. Yeah, so Darkrai in May, Manaphy in June, Shaymin, Arceus, Victini, Keldeo, Genesect, and Meloetta from February to December. Which, for me personally, means that I'll have completed the Pokedex, because I'm literally just missing some of the event Pokemon.
Fair enough. But a question, you know we should get Keldeo, which is one of the, like... It was a set of 4, wasn't it?
The
sword wielding.
Something like that, yeah.
The other 3 were event Pokemon as well,
No,
weren't they?
no.
Oh, were they not?
Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion were all available in Gen 5.
Oh, okay,
They
fair
are
enough.
not event Pokemon. See, I thought Cresselia was, but Cresselia's not on here. But I think you can actually get Cresselia in some games, but I can't remember where.
Which one was Cresselia? Was that the like moon?
Yeah.
Yes, she was in. Was it Diamond and Pearl and Platinum that you would wander around and she'd just appear?
See, I think that she was I thought that she was an event in Gen 4, but I could be wrong. Although I never played Platinum, so maybe she was an event.
She might have been
In Diamond and Pearl, but then she was just in Platinum. I don't know.
because
Yeah.
I remember playing one of them quite a lot, and it just appeared like while I was wandering around.
What's the one you like to say about the fact? Was you got a legitimate Jirachi from
Jirachi, yeah, from the Pokemon Channel game on GameCube, which was literally, it was a GameCube game where you watched TV with a Pikachu. That was it. That was the entire premise of the game. It was pretty fucking shit. But I had that game and I got a legitimate event Jirachi from that, and like for many, many years of my life I was the only person I knew who had a legitimate Jirachi. And then they just started throwing them out on events all over the place. But yeah. So yeah, that's Pokemon 20th anniversary. There's obviously, as part of that, there's quite a few things happening this year. They've got like Pokemon Go and Pokken is coming out, and I'm just waiting for the announcement of come the fuck on. Pokemon Z or Z has to come out this year. It's the 20th anniversary, and we know it's coming.
That's the one that had. Yeah, what was the third legendary?
Shit.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was shit.
Yep.
No, Zygarde is the one you're thinking of.
Yeah. What was that? What about it made it shit compared to
Literally, like
Evital and Xerneas?
you literally just walked into a cave and it was just there, and its stats were just not good. Like for typical legendary status, its stats just weren't very good, and it's like it just didn't have any like cool moves really. It was just kind of meh. But then obviously they've announced that it's got all these different forms and stuff, and then they changed the name of the anime from Pokemon X and Y to Pokemon X, Y, and Z or Z. So we know it's coming. Just announce it already. God damn it.
We
So
may
yeah,
as well stick the Pokemon section
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
But just to point out the Cresselia thing, Diamond and Pearl, it was Roman in Sinnoh,
Oh really?
and Platinum, and then Black and White 2 was Marvelous Bridge, and then Horus's Crescent Isle.
Fair enough. Alright, so yeah, obviously I mentioned Pokken there. We've got a couple of things on that. We have a release date for Pokken, and as a surprise to me, it's the same release date worldwide.
Wow, it's like
I know.
Nintendo don't to do that. Like, what the fuck's going on?
So yeah, March 18th, 2016, the world is getting Pokken Tournament. Obviously, I say this, like, it is already out in arcades in Japan. I think.
It is.
That's not just unusual for Nintendo. That's unusual for just about everyone. Like,
Yeah,
almost
but like
no company does that.
Yeah, but like recently, like Nintendo have been really big scumbags. Like they've been releasing games in England that aren't coming out until like the year after in like USA. And like I know that Yokai Watch was released November, October time last year in America, and it's not out until some point.
Well, yeah, you look at like Fire Emblem Fates is already out in Japan. It doesn't have a release date in the rest of the world yet.
Yeah, but it's just like it's weird because it's like normally like Japan get most things out there, and we'll be waiting like a couple years after, or like some time period after when it's been released in Japan. But it's just the fact that like normally when it's released to the rest of the world, it's sort of pretty much close dates or like same day,
That's
and it's just
I've
like
always found very interesting. Like, because obviously, like early Nintendo era, when like.
how early are we talking? Are we talking
We're
like
talking
the Nintendo
started Nintendo. Well, when Nintendo were making games, not making was it sex hotels?
Yeah, all those things that people talk about Nintendo making that we're not 100% sure if any of them are true.
Yeah.
So you're on about like
but when, like basically there's the point where game making in Japan was specifically in Japan. Like they wouldn't sell them worldwide. They were only selling them in Japan.
Yeah.
So it's all these like rare games that could only be found, like Japanese versions of them in Japan.
which
All the really old ones.
which is Pokemon Green, which I actually have a copy of. That was a Japan-only release, and I have a copy of that.
But
somewhere.
right, on the subject of release dates, the weirdest thing for me was always the Naruto games, because obviously they're made by CyberConnect 2,
Yeah.
like a Japanese company, and most of them, from what I can remember, Japan would get them after everywhere else.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
I never understood that, but it wasn't.
I don't.
What else we got? Pokken, Chandelure, the Chandelier Pokemon, confirmed playable in Pokken. It's like I'm over the whole. It's a fucking Pokemon that's a Chandelier. How stupid is that? Oh, welcome back, Ash.
Yeah, sorry. I've acquired dogs.
Oh god.
Oh god.
And basically, what happened was, because my parents had to go somewhere real quick, so I'm just looking after them. So I brought them in my room, let them on my bed, and then one of them got on me and wouldn't move. So I was pinned down on my bed for a good while.
So no, yeah. So yeah, as I said, I'm not bothered by the whole. It's a fucking Pokemon with a Chandelier. I'm bothered by the whole. How does a Chandelier Pokemon fight? It has no arms.
Yeah.
But-
They said that with what was it, the lizard one they showed, whatever it's called.
Well, there was Sceptile, but he has arms.
Sceptile, yeah. So yeah, he has Sceptile, and everyone's like, oh yeah, the people were curious how Sceptile would fight. Now they showed Chandelier, and everyone's like, wait, what?
There was
See,
also
yeah, it doesn't have arms, doesn't have legs. Unless it like frisbees itself at some point.
I feel like, I haven't got this on the list here, but I feel like there was some other Pokemon confirmed recently. They confirmed Mewtwo. I think they confirmed Garchomp as well.
I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I know they definitely announced Mewtwo.
Golem, that'd be hilarious.
I think like it would be cool. Obviously, completely ridiculous and would never happen. But it would be cool if all 721 Pokemon were playable.
Imagine that character select screen.
Yeah, Zach, come on, let's be realistic.
Almost as busy as Smashes.
Well, Smash isn't even that big. It's like I've seen fighting games with a lot bigger rosters than Smash.
Yeah, like the example I always give is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which had over 160 characters. Obviously, most of those characters were the same characters because it was like over 160 characters, but like 20 of them are different forms of Goku, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that character select was actually not that bad because.
But can you imagine though, if they had like all 700 or so, then what they could do is they could link it with a mobile app, which looks like what's the thing called they have, which like keeps all the data of the Pokemon.
The Pokedex.
Yeah, you could have like a Pokedex looking app, and that would be how you search for your character that you're selecting.
Fuck it, Nintendo, we need to make this.
Plus, obviously, they're
It's
already
genius.
doing Pokemon Go, so it could work with that.
Yeah.
The announce voice for Pokken. I really wanted to be the really annoying Pokedex voice from the series.
But if we want a fighting game announcer voice, it's got to be the guy from Smash. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
There's no question about that. What's the
He is so young.
Xander Mobus is his name.
That's not his real name.
It was the
It is.
That's his fucking name.
Jesus Christ.
How old is he again? He's like really young.
Yeah,
like
he's
19, 20, isn't he?
pretty young.
that's all the voice actor for Ash.
Hello, yes, I am here.
Ash Ketchum. You are not Ash Ketchum.
I can dream, can't I?
He can dream he wants to be the very best, like
Yeah.
no one ever was.
I can dream that I want to be this Pokemon character in an anime which I don't really care that much for.
You
don't care for any anime.
So
I
yeah,
just like that localization where it's like, these jelly-filled donuts are delicious, and they're clearly like rice balls.
okay, that's all the Pokemon stuff we have. So Platinum.
Making more games.
I don't know how they keep doing this. Like
They're only a small company as well.
they've got so much shit going on. Like basically they released Transformers Devastation and then we're immediately like, all right, we ain't got time to fuck around. Let's start working on the next one. So basically, it is we've got some screenshots that have they're not leaked. I think they were like officially given to people, but it's basically Platinum and Activision are working on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, which we only have a few screenshots, so we can't say for definite how good it's going to be, but it's
But it's a
Platinum,
Platinum.
so
They've come to right Michael Bay's wrongs.
essentially,
Oh god.
well, yeah, because they did that with Transformers Devastation.
Yeah, yeah.
And this looks
exactly.
very similar. Like, it's got the cel-shaded art style, and I don't know who's working on it, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be the same group who worked on Transformers Devastation.
Oh, can you imagine if it's multiplayer?
Yeah, I hope it has the cheesy theme.
Oh, it will. Like, if it's the same people, because obviously, like, you look at Transformers Devastation, that was perfect. Like, it was perfect Transformers humour and everything. It was great. I imagine they'll probably be very much the same. Yeah, like, in terms of the multiplayer, like, in the screenshots, you can see multiple turtles fighting, but obviously they could be AI, so it's a bit difficult to say, because there's, like, this is it, it's like, we have 5 screenshots, that's all the information. So,
Yeah. Because we know Platinum have done multiplayer character action before with Anarchy Reigns.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess Anarchy Reigns is more of a beat 'em up than a character action, but it's got elements there. Shut up, dog.
So yeah, I'm just waiting to see which console it's going to be exclusive to. That's going to make it awkward.
I don't think it will. I think this one will be one that's across.
Well, yeah, like obviously, if it's going in in a similar vein to Transformers Devastation, which was available on everything, then it was available on everything but Nintendo consoles.
It's only really their like unique IPs which seem to get console exclusives.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I know you're tired.
This is going to be the best podcast ever.
One of them's falling asleep standing up.
A piece of news that I spotted the other day that I really didn't expect and found absolutely hilarious. Activision have been sued.
But why now? Why now? It's like Black Ops 2 has been out for like 2 years now. Why is it only just happening now that they're getting sued?
Because people like suing for attention.
Yeah.
To think.
That and they might have only just got around to playing it.
That's true.
Like, it could have been like,
but
bargain
essentially,
bin game.
To give some context, Activision have been sued by the family of the Angolian rebel chief that they showed in the introduction of Black Ops 2. When you start the game off and you pull the guy from the burning Humvee, and then you basically follow this guy into battle, and he's running around with a grenade launcher like it's nothing. But basically, they claimed that it portrayed him as a big half-wit who wants to kill everybody, and as a barbarian.
In a game which is about being barbaric and killing everybody.
Yeah.
But he was in fact apparently a good guy. I don't actually know who this guy is or anything like that, so I won't be able to give any context to that. Whether he is a good person or some form of monster, I have no idea.
To be fair though,
But
when he appears in the game, he doesn't come across as like evil. He's just very aggressive.
They reply by saying, "Well, no. In the game, you can see quite clearly that he's leading his troops properly. He's being a general."
Yeah, like he seems to be like
He's
trying to like motivate people and get them to like follow him into battle. And he's not a bad guy in that game, is he?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I haven't played for Black Ops 2. I didn't really play much of the campaign because it's Call of Duty campaigns. But he seemed quite cool. So again, it seems like
you only see him at the beginning. Like I think that's the only point you see him throughout the whole game is like at the beginning,
right.
as he helps you get across the desert, across that area of war.
This isn't the first time that Activision have been sued for a portrayal of a character. Because it happened with former Panamanian strongman Manuel Noriega and their portrayal of him, claiming the game portrayed him as the culprit of numerous fictional heinous crimes.
Oh, but like looking at this, like loads of like studios get sued for like them portraying someone. Just look at Rockstar or Rocksteady.
Oh
that
yeah,
did GTA, that Lindsay Lohan thing.
Yeah, but that wasn't Lindsay Lohan.
It wasn't. But
Like, it's a completely different thing. Like, if they'd have actually made a character called Lindsay Lohan and portrayed her in a negative light, it would have been accurate, let's be honest. But then she could have sued. Like, it was just a character that she decided was her, which is a different thing. But on that same kind of subject, why don't these companies just make characters up rather than, like, I get, like, accuracy and all that crap, but, you know.
Sometimes it's good to put in like a real figure dead. So like, say you're doing a historic game or a near history game, sort of like alternate history stuff. It's good to put in a known character in there so people cheer them on, that kind of thing, or feel part of it.
Or you could just write a good character, because then people will want to cheer it on anyway.
You're relying on Activision to write a good character.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they can't even make a
There's
good
Reznov, but that's about it. Reznov is just kind of weird.
Reznov's dead.
Is he?
Spoilers.
Is he really?
Fucking spoilers, man.
But yeah, that's the thing.
The dogs have been released. It's fine. Professionalism.
It's out.
What did I miss?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Not much. Here's another cool piece of news that I found. Basically, Blood Bowl 2 is coming out soon, and it's essentially the same company who made the first Blood Bowl game, making it again, but better, from what I understand. It's the same game. It's going to work the same way. It's just going to be made better and look better, and be a bit more easy to use. Because the first Blood Bowl game was fantastic if you knew how to play Blood Bowl, the actual tabletop game. If you didn't, good luck. It wasn't easy to understand.
Fair enough. I wouldn't have known how to play it.
It's essentially, to give the general gist of it, it's a tabletop. It's a tabletop game. Of a American football pitch that's gridded, but it's American football with fantasy races, elves, orcs, dwarves, Norse barbarians, that kind of thing. And as well as trying to score, you can kill each other.
Oh,
which is fucking hilarious.
Which I think would improve a lot of sports.
It's like basically
Agreed.
some teams, because you can actually like set up your team like some teams will be really fast and agile and will be able to dodge around each other. And other teams they won't even try and pick up the ball; they just immediately start punching the opposite team.
It's like whenever I play FIFA, really.
But basically, they come out and said they're going to be doing a Blood Bowl cup, an esports thing, a sports cup, with a real money prize, but anyone can enter it.
Oh,
which is fantastic. Because normally esports stuff is very, very elitist. You must be good to enter. You must have your credentials, basically.
Yeah.
You must have already proven that you're good. And this one is like you could be a complete newbie to the scene and just have a go at it, which I really like.
That's way. I hate the whole like elite gaming scene. I think it's absolute like trash. It's like just full of like elitist arseholes that think they're better than everyone else. When it's like you're playing a video game, man.
This is why I don't like the term esports, because it's like, no, it's just video games. Stop
like when
treating it like it's something different.
Yeah.
I'm playing League of Legends. I'm well aware of that side of things.
Yeah.
Very aware.
It's just
try something new.
Like, you can't come and play our games. Like, why not? You're not good enough. Like, I'm not playing them to be good. I'm playing them because I want to play something.
Yeah. Like, I can understand. There's two sides to it. Like, say, like you've got there is the ranked play side of League of Legends, which is you're trying to get your gold banner. You're trying to show that you are good at the game, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's two sides to it. There's playing for fun. There's playing to get a rank, and I like both.
Yeah.
But there is also taking the game too seriously.
Like, I think like the moment that I decided that I detest esports was around about the time when it's this. I think we watched this video, but it's basically a clip of this guy like typical Call of Duty player, like screaming his head off, whatever, like just completely yelling at the other opposition, and he's about like our age, maybe 25 or so, and the camera pans over and it's just like a bunch of kids playing the game and he's like screaming at them. I'm like, come the fuck on, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? And like the kids are just there like playing the game, and I just find it really funny how like he's getting really into it, like really lashing into them, and it pans over, it's just these kids like, come on man, what are you doing?
Yeah, the esports scene is very much not something I'm interested in.
But to be fair, from little bits I've heard, that like say the speedrunning scene can have its fair share of people taking it too seriously.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt, speedrunners can be dicks. Like,
But speedrunning is arbitrary. All the categories are
shut up,
arbitrary.
Jamie. No, we don't make
that
reference.
joke is like, I don't quite understand that reference, but even now I'm getting tired of it because you've said it so many times.
But no, like,
Because the thing is, like, the difference with like speedrunning community is, like, yeah, there may be a bit of like elitism in it or whatever, but most of the events that they do are for charity.
yeah.
Like, it's a
And-
very charitable scene, whereas Elite Gaming is more about your own personal gain rather than helping others.
It's weird because esports is obviously very competitive, and obviously speedrunning is to a degree because you want to get like the best time, but
Yeah.
it's so much less competitive. Like, people just help each other. Like,
Yeah.
people
seen-
are happy when someone beats their world record
See-
because it means that progress is being made. It's a group effort.
I've seen another side to it though, which is like when you get people who like sit in the comments of speedruns and judge them. It's, oh, you could have done that
Well,
better.
yeah, that's why you don't look at YouTube comments or Twitch
Yeah.
chat. That's just, those people are just garbage. Like,
Yeah, Twitch chat is AIDS.
It's
I don't know. I like competitive gaming because you get that competitive sense can.
Oh no, don't get me wrong.
It's nice.
I
competitive
like
gaming is fun.
I like competitive gaming. I don't like people who are dicks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, say, like, a good competitive game example, Rocket League. Really
Yeah.
fucking competitive, but also, like, a lot of fun when you're playing with friends and all. Because it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, maybe I've got my ass kicked, like, 20 times, but I'm not butthurt because I'm having fun
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
There is one. My only thing I can say a bit scared about the Blood Bowl competitive is having actually played Blood Bowl, both the game and of the actual tabletop game. Because I used to play that. I used to have a team that was designed for killing the opposing team because I found that hilarious. Basically, yeah, I had an orc team, and you had these guys called the Black Orcs, who are the big ones who have this massive spiky armor, basically. And you put them on the front line, the your starting half.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in American football when they start face to face. And you go, oh, it's
Yeah.
my turn. Crunch. But basically, on the tabletop game, you had your turn timer, and you had to keep track of your own turn timer, basically, both you and your opponent. And at the end of your turn, you had to move it along. And if you made a mistake, or if you made a mistake with any of the other counters that are running, in a competitive scene, it would be your turn over. Like, no matter if you were halfway through your turn or had only just started your turn, if you made a mistake, that was it. And and it's the same with a lot of tabletop games. Some people, if you make a mistake, are like, oh no, you're cheating, that's it, it's my turn now. You're like, I made one mistake. And
Yeah.
because obviously competitive scenes can bring out the worst of people. There were people who would pick at the smallest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Having not played Blood Bowl 2, I don't actually know how possible that is, but I'm really hoping that isn't possible, because that was one of the most toxic sides of Blood Bowl,
Yeah.
and holy crap was it annoying.
Yeah. So,
Like-
so to summarize, if you're an Elite Gamer, unsubscribe. Go on, fuck off.
Competitive gaming is fun. Just don't fucking take it so seriously.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cobalt. Who's interested? Does anyone care?
Who remembers Cobalt?
Not me.
So yeah, Mojang's game Cobalt that they've been working on for quite a while now. Which is, I don't know, is it technically their... Because I don't know if it's their second game since Minecraft or technically their first.
Minecraft!
Because of Scrolls, which I think got cancelled.
Did
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah. I don't remember it coming out.
But yeah, so Cobalt has got a release date February 2nd.
There was Minecraft,
Minecraft!
Cobalt, DX,
That got cancelled.
numbers and letters.
Because that was the thing that I think for the
more of
most
an experiment,
part,
wasn't
Notch
it?
was working on mostly solo, and then obviously he.
It's a shame that got cancelled because that looked really cool.
So yeah, Cobalt. I think like from what I've seen, it looks like it could be quite fun. but it's just I keep forgetting it exists.
Which is a problem when you're trying to release a game.
Unless
Yeah.
you specifically follow Mojang, you don't really hear about their games.
Well, yeah, like, as I said earlier, like I follow quite a few of the people from Mojang on Twitter, and every so often I'll hear this mentioned, and I'll be like, oh yeah, and then I just forget about it again.
Yeah.
It's like I doubt, like many people will be thinking, oh, this is the game made by people who made Minecraft, so I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah.
It's very, very different.
It's
I kind of like that they're not just making, like, here's Minecraft with something else. It's,
Yeah.
it's a completely different game.
Well, I mean, they don't need to make.
here's Minecraft 2. What?
They don't need to make here's Minecraft but slightly different because there's enough people on the fucking planet doing that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like Minecraft.
So yeah, I mean, from what this says, it's gonna cost $20 on Steam, or
What's
your
going on
regional equivalent. And it's got workshop support, so level creation, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, if you're interested, then February 2nd. You will probably forget before February 2nd. I know I will.
Unless you're watching this podcast, like,
Mojang need to work on their like advertising of their games because I don't know, everyone forgets their games exist apart from Minecraft because everyone talks about Minecraft.
Well,
say that.
Minecraft had like a mob mentality to it, where it's like it kind of didn't need advertising because like it pretty much just Chinese whispered its way through the internet.
it did do that.
Because Scrolls got its own accidental advertisement thanks to
Oh,
Thanks
the
to
Bethesda
Bethesda.
thing.
Yeah.
you
Can't
can't use the
copyright
word
words.
Scrolls.
It's like imagine like going into like a history museum or whatever, like demanding, give us all your scrolls, we're burning them, they belong to us.
Oh, I just remembered something that we didn't put on the list.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
Fuck it, should we talk about that?
Yeah.
May as well.
Sony tried to...
Oh, Let's Play.
Yeah, they tried to trademark the term Let's Play. It has been rejected. They did not successfully get that trademark. But if anyone was worried that they were going to, come on. Come on.
What would you
Like,
do with
I-
that copyright?
The chances that any companies will ever see this is nil, but for God's sake, common sense, people.
You can't copyright Candy. You can't copyright Scrolls. You can't copyright Let's Play.
Hey, let's go play outside, and then all of a
Works.
sudden you're getting fined. It's like, come on, guys.
It's like copyrighting the word "the."
That's a great
a
idea.
good
We should do that. That is all I have to say on that. Just companies, stop doing these stupid shit. Well, I mean, we say stupid shit, but they'd be fucking rolling in it if they'd managed it.
Did the you said the whole there was the candy one? Did the candy one go through?
No.
I seem
No.
to remember it did, but I don't know. Because I have to say, Candy King is one of the worst.
Not that it really matters to us because in England we don't really call it candy.
No,
Yeah, we didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
but still, like there's money grabbing, like and it's obnoxious, and then there's that. That is a new level of not obnoxious.
It's borderline like evil.
Well, I mean, now that Konami have kind of just dropped off the radar with their
I wonder what
whatever the fuck they're doing, we need new companies to fucking hate. So
Yeah.
Konami are working on pachinko machines. They're really, really excited about
Yeah.
the new pachinko machines.
And Silent Hill 2 themed slot machines. God, that makes me so fucking angry.
Space Barnacles.
And then that's it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. No context. No. As numerous times on this podcast, I've excitedly talked about Elite Dangerous. Because, well, I don't play it loads, but I love the game. I love following it. I don't really play it loads because the game is quite slow, and really, I need people to play it with. God damn it, fletched by the game. But basically, a while back, because the game is huge and the space is empty, as something I've said before.
Yeah, that tends to be the case.
Space is empty, there's lots of it, and there's lots of things in space, very, very far apart. There's lots to explore, because basically what they've done is literally created a galaxy, and you start near the centre, and you can just go you can pick a direction and go. Assuming you have the fuel to get back, you can just keep exploring and you can like record what you find. You can scan planets and like basically map the galaxy, which is really cool.
I like how Space Travel works out. It's just like it's a tiny bit of thrust and then that's it. You're just floating now.
Yeah,
that's the direction you're going in. See you later.
When you're trying to like navigate your way to a spaceport, until you get used to it properly, yeah, that's fun. There are these really annoying 12-sided space stations, and they're basically so like a 12-sided dice essentially. But they have a letterbox opening, so for you to fly and land your ship on one of these sides, and it's constantly rotating. So you have to like, so you come in at massive speeds, you slow yourself down, and then you end up like flying around the ship, around the space station, trying to figure out where the entrance is, trying not to crash into said space station.
See, like it just makes me think of I think back to Halo Reach. That mission, Long Night of Solace, I think it was called, where you had to fly the ship up into space, and you had to like fly it into the entrance to one of the space stations. That space station was stationary, and I couldn't manage that. So yeah.
So what's the deal with this barnacle then?
Yeah, basically this barnacle was a while back, because one of the major things about this game is exploring, as I said. People like it's like find because there are lots of little Easter eggs and just hidden things in the game because there's a lot of places to hide things in space. Basically, some players came across these alien artifact-based things. Basically, these little transmitters that hinted at there is more to it. There may well be alien life.
Yeah,
really dangerous, and basically that got a lot of people excited. Because the way this is the other thing. The way that Elite Dangerous, when you get these games that are constantly being updated, they have a little news article that will show you what's new, what's coming out, what events are happening in the game.
Yeah, like
when it shows
Herobrine removed.
I was just like, how can I make a Herobrine joke here?
When basically it all when it shows this news, it displays it as if it's like real life news, as if it's this stuff is actually happening, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The whole structure of Elite Dangerous is as if it's a real life world, and everything is happening in real time, which I really like. So when all of this stuff was done like a big news report, and the people going out exploring, following these trails, trying to find out things, including there's this current thing at the moment which is called it's called Endless Suns, which is this 500-person strong exploration to the end of the galaxy.
Wow.
I'll talk about that afterwards, but basically, some people exploring have gone to a random moon, following all sorts of hints and clues, and they found barnacles, essentially, alien barnacles on this planet, which can be mined at to get resources, so they're probably going to be extinct soon enough. But yeah, that's the first sighting of alien life in Dangerous is barnacles.
I find it really cool, just this idea of there being like, I like to think that this is like that's it, like this is the only planet in the entire game that has other life on it.
Yeah.
And people have found it and they're just gonna extinct the life, and it's just
It's like, oh, that was it.
Yeah, the 500 suns thing. I think it was called 500 suns. I could be wrong. Let me just double check.
It just reminds me of the Simpsons rib witch when it's like, so we've got to stop making the rib witch now. The animal the meat comes from is now extinct.
Oh, sorry. Distant Suns. There we go. Basically, Distant Suns is 500 Elite Dangerous players are setting out from the starting point on a 12-week mission to the edge of the galaxy, Elite Dangerous galaxy, and just going to be mapping any worlds, suns, or things they find along the way. It's just this massive outing of players that's in the game. It's never happened before, so even the Dangerous devs are like going along with it, and they've been reporting on it. It's this massive outing.
So,
like,
why is it that 500 people are required? Surely one person could have gone to the edge of the galaxy.
Yeah, basically, originally, before Distant Suns, there was this thing called Distant Worlds, which was one guy just going as far as he can. And so he was at the point he was the only person who's done it, because it takes a while, and most people just can't be arsed doing that. And this one guy did it, and basically these two people were going to go, yeah, let's do this, and they called it Distant Suns. And then they were talking about it, and then another person jumped in, and another person jumped in, and it became bigger and bigger and bigger, and now there's over 500 people doing it.
I like this idea that there's this one guy who went to the edge of the galaxy, and he came back, and people are like, so what was it like? And he's just like, I saw things. No one should do that. And then like there's a scene where they're in like a space bar, and there's these people who are going around trying to find this guy, and they finally find him, and they track him down, and they go and talk to him like, we want to go to the edge of the galaxy. And he's like, no, there's things out there. You shouldn't go. It's dangerous. And it's just, I just think I like to imagine it being a lot
thing. There's something
cooler.
I wanted to say, but I've been banned from talking about it, so I won't say it.
You get to the edge of the galaxy and you look on it. It's an alternate, like, parallel universe where the only difference is everyone's in cowboy outfits.
Or it just loops. It just loops back around.
Or you just hit like an invisible wall.
Like, I love Elite Dangerous. I don't play enough of it. I really should, but it's one of these games that if you play it, you basically have to live it. Which I like. I love the way that it's. Because you know how a lot of games when they want to like they're about, oh, it's got a dynamic world. You play it how you want to play it.
Yeah. And
normally it's really not. Yeah, it just goes, you're playing as this now, go sort of thing. And Elite Dangerous is just like, oh, you want to go? You want to go off? Sure. It's like, oh okay. Like, so basically, like getting into it's a little bit difficult because like trying to figure out the controls. That's fun. And then B, trying to like figure out how to fly your ship. That's fun. And then B, how not to crash your ship. And then basically what you want to do. It's like you can be a pirate, you can be a miner, you can be an explorer, black marketers. There's a million and one things you can do. Yes, you can be a pirate.
What kind of pirate are we talking?
Space pirate.
So not like peg leg and parrots.
To be fair, you can't see the pirate, so you could well have a peg leg and pirate in your ship.
Cool. I'm sold.
Yeah.
No,
So,
it's just Somalian pirates.
And I actually need to get this game so that I can have as it's called, a wing. Basically, more than one ship flying together, and hopefully not crashing into each other.
But then all that's going to happen is he'll go into the boss arena and then die by the first ad he tries to fight.
And if he does this game, I will guide him into a sun in revenge. Don't you worry.
Please refer to last week's podcast, where there is a clip of the part I'm talking about.
There is. It is entirely possible to just fly directly into a sun in this game. I don't know why you want. You can.
Maybe
Because shit's not going the way you want.
maybe there's one sun somewhere that's got a secret if you fly into it.
Probably. It's that kind
Also,
of game.
I found myself saying more and more often, referring to stars as suns. They're called stars.
Like the one sun you can like safely go on, and it's just Try Seymour singing "Walking on Sunshine."
Walking on sunshine.
I made myself sad now.
Anyway, enough about space barnacles and space.
We actually talked very little about the barnacles. There are
like,
barnacles.
There are alien space barnacles in Elite Dangerous on this one planet. It doesn't sounds really weird to talk about. For that kind of game, it's fucking huge and really surprising. But the game is just that big. And it's actually a game. Anyway.
So, game jam stuff.
I would not want to fucking do this.
So,
not in a million years.
There is an event every year called Global Game Jam. We, minus Jamie, have participated in this event. Me and Chris have done it twice. Ash has done it with us once.
Again, a third time.
Fletch and Alex were also with us.
They showed up.
They showed up, didn't do anything.
It's pretty great. Like, Global Game Jam is a lot of fun. It's coming up soon, actually. I'm pretty excited. However, Finland.
We've been outdone.
So, what Global Game Jam is it's a game jam where you get together for 48 hours and you make a game. That's it. It's pretty simple. Unless you're from Finland, in which case you do crazy shit.
Yeah, the Finns. There's always been a joke that the Finns are mad, and constantly the Finns are proving that joke right. And even this, apparently.
So essentially, apparently, every year, a group of Finnish participants in the Global Game Jam decide to take it up a notch and do something like the example that he gives here is they do something daft like developing on a moving bus.
that was
hilarious.
This year, they're going out to the Arctic Circle and they're going to do Game Jam there for some reason. Why?
Because they can.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, you can develop games while surviving at sub-zero temperatures.
We should
Yeah.
outdo them.
How?
There is no way you will outdo them, Zach.
We should find a volcano and develop a game in there.
Like, we can't make a game in a comfortable environment. Never mind. What if we do go
Especially
to a
when
volcano?
someone gets rid of all the sound.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see the game come out of this. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
If we do go to a volcano, all we need to do is splash around in some water. We'll be fine.
So yeah, that's a thing. I don't really know what else to say on it, but
They do have a jacuzzi, though, apparently.
apparently so. Yeah.
Well, they're going to make one.
Just the laptop in the jacuzzi, just like, please.
Whilst they're also making toast.
So there is no internet, no running water, no reliable supply of electricity.
Here's the thing that confuses me. Right, there's no internet. How are they supposed to Google how to make a game? Like, because that's what I do. I just like go on Google and just like Google how do games, and then it tells me how to make a game.
It's
You
almost like
still
we're
never finish one, though, do you?
Shut up,
almost
Jim.
like we're at university studying games design.
We finished more games than you have.
No, you haven't.
Well, no, actually, technically, we finished no games. We've got closer to finishing a game than you have.
I don't care. You still not finished one yet. Maybe this year's the year.
The Wizard's Tower worked.
It worked, it just wasn't finished. Yeah.
And also didn't have any sound.
Stop bringing it up. Ash will rage quit. Plus, we want him to actually show up for this year's game jam. Like, and if you keep reminding him of that, he might not.
Yeah.
But all we have to do is not let Fletch anywhere near the sound controls.
Anyway,
This time, let's make a game that actually has no end.
Titanfall.
Was a game.
Did anyone else play Titanfall?
I didn't know.
No.
No.
Surprising.
Is it really?
I
No,
played
no.
the beta and I fucking loved that game. It was really cool. Like,
It was like occupied for about 2 minutes, and then everyone was like, "Whoa, see
yeah,
ya."
that's why I didn't buy the game in the end. It's basically because its community died in seconds. I have no idea why.
People
I really
stopped
don't
playing it
understand.
before the first game had finished.
Yeah, basically, like the beta was really fun. There was the usual. It was a fast-paced mental shooter, and it was enjoyable. It had the usual whiny 12-year-old kids, as every game does. But it was fun, and it looked.
Meanwhile, we're here like 20-something-year-old whining about games.
It's what gamers do. Am I wrong?
No.
But no, like, the game looked really cool. Again, going from the art point, I've seen the art book. The designs in that game are fucking gorgeous, and the game's really cool. The game's, from what I've sort of played of it, balanced and fun, and it's fast paced, and it has mechs. What more is there to like? And the community just dried up and died. I still don't understand why.
Because there was
with
like
what
only
you're
3 missions that you could play on, like 3 different like zones you could play on. and they were like, the game was set up as in missions, even when you're online, playing against each other. And it was like 3 missions you could play through, and that was like the entire game. So once you'd like finish them, there wasn't much more of a game to play.
It was a multiplayer shooter.
The funny
Yeah,
thing
but-
is, this news article isn't actually about Titanfall.
Yeah, I was about to say, why would we mention
I thought
Titanfall?
we need something to talk about. Yeah, basically, they're working on Titanfall 2, but they're working on Titanfall 2, which I'll look out for. I like the look of it. And
Which like
alongside,
will die instantly again.
it might not.
Might
Ti-
not.
Yeah, basically, alongside Titanfall 2, they're working on a third-person adventure game. This has come through when this is when how they discover it through jobs. Basically, there's an article for a job application.
Which is
And
apparently
that's
how all games are announced now.
yeah, new third-person action adventure IP. So brand new IP. No idea what it is, but I like the games they make. So see how it goes. It could be interesting, could be nothing. We don't know.
Yeah, there's like
We are
no
reporting about
information.
nothing.
Yeah.
So
That's why I was filling time with Titanfall. The next piece of news is one that everyone
I'm
loves.
kind of sad that Alex isn't here to talk about this because we know he's a big fan of FNAF.
But nah.
So, Five Nights at Freddy's World is coming soon.
You can
Also,
taste the
there's-
milk.
Also, they've announced a spin-off game for mobiles recently.
Can we talk about this one first? God. So yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's World is completely different to everything we've seen so far. It features the same characters, but it's like not a horror game. It's like an RPG apparently.
It's I don't understand.
I also do not understand.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mute this video quickly and just watch this video, the trailer for it.
The thing is with the trailer is, like, the sound design in it is fucking awful. Well, I'm
Sound
not sure.
design has always been quite poor because it's a one-man game.
Yeah, but in the other games, like, the sound design was fine. Like, you know, sound design's good if you don't notice it. Whereas like this, it's just like I say, it might just be like the trailer, like maxing out all the volume or whatever. But like all the sound effects are like way too loud and sound like shit. And
That's fucking hilarious.
But
They thwarted you, but now they're cute.
but it's interesting because apparently it's coming February 19th, which means it should be out like a couple of months ago, based on how he normally releases games.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm probably not gonna
It's like-
play it. To be honest.
Oh,
what a waste of a good IP. Like,
It's like he's taken FNAF, he's taken from what looks like the battle mode in Heroes of Might and Magic, plus one of those like kids education games, just crushed them together.
Yeah, so this is the game that is also coming out on like mobile as well.
Right.
Yeah. I don't understand.
I mean, I can kind of see him wanting to do something different with it. I just don't think that this is maybe the obvious different thing to go to.
yeah. Like, ideally, what I'd want is like a Silent Hill 2 style survival horror game. Like, that's
Yeah.
that's the kind of spin-off I would like. It's
That like if a bigger company were to pick up the IP and
Yeah,
do
it's-
something with it,
just a game.
Guillermo del Toro and
like-
Kojima was.
Yeah, it's a game. It's like painting by numbers. It's just a game with a skin on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, like, maybe it's not all that, because you know how he likes to throw people off a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, it could
But-
turn out to be something completely different.
But it's just like, it's like the cow's dead. Stop milking it.
Did you guys know that there was a book as well?
I did.
Book of what?
Because I didn't find out until relatively recently. But yeah, he released a Five Nights at Freddy's book.
And it's getting a film adaptation.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew
I knew
that.
about the film.
Like, I don't know,
That's actually quite interesting.
There's the story. The film could turn out to be quite good because of the story, which is interesting. The story is the one thing that's made me not just give up on Five Nights completely.
Yeah.
It's definitely
'cause-
interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Although when he the thing that he announced that pissed off all of the fan theorists was quite funny.
Which thing?
Basically,
Yeah,
do
so
you know
much-
about this? Zach?
I've watched all the game theories, but I don't remember exactly what
Basically,
That's
There
just
was the
a
whole thing-
theory.
it
the
was. Game
game
theory.
essentially, the story behind FNAF was always very half there. Like, it doesn't just blatantly tell you; it gives you little hints and allows
It's
the
very
player to
Dark Souls-esque.
allows the player to put it all together, like Dark Souls does.
Yeah.
It allows the player to put it together by giving you pieces of it.
Which is more fun.
So you get all these like 101 fan theories, and one like with FNAF 4 there was the whole thing of it was all in the kid's head, sort of thing. But doesn't it actually happen? And la di da di la.
Yeah.
So the two major theories are it was all a dream, or no, it all actually happened, and the kid is basically having flashbacks to what happened. That was
Yeah,
the
like
two theories.
PTSD.
Yeah, and basically he came out and went, both are true. And the fact
Oh,
that it just went, what?
I think my takeaway from that is 4 isn't actually happening, the rest are, I guess.
Yeah.
I like, he has a lot of power where you can literally just say you're all wrong.
I don't really know what my standing is on it. I just think that it's good. Like
I
the
lost track of
story
the story,
is.
so I don't really know what's happening with it. But
See, the only stuff I've like watched on FNAF is the game theory stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, I just love the fact that he completely screwed with all the fan theorists.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, with this game coming out, it means PewDiePie's going to get a little bump in money soon, so that's for him.
I don't know though, because it's not a horror
Yeah.
game, so he can't scream at it.
It's
He'll find a way.
it looks like a kids game,
Yeah.
which is weird.
To be
Because,
fair,
like-
that's a good way of doing horror, making it seem
Oh, yeah.
innocent.
I'm still
If
very,
it turns
very
out to be
much
like the scariest one, yeah, I'd actually be really happy with that. But
Yeah.
it's just like they made them look really cutesy, but they're still like Foxy's still missing his limbs and things like that. And still has his like jaw, yet is cute and cuddly,
Yeah.
which is odd.
But like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a setup for a bigger horror thing. But I also would be surprised if it's a setup that doesn't pay off for a while. Like this whole game is just cutesy
Yeah.
with like
Yeah.
a load of stuff that you don't pick up on, and then there'll be a later game that kind of like reveals everything and that kind of thing. Just because that's kind of how he works.
Yeah. Or even that it's like hidden things, like there was the mini games in, was it 3? I had the mini games.
Yeah.
The arcade things. Like if it were to be really cutie cutsy and then cuts into these like freaky mini games, would be amazing.
Like, here's what he could do, which I think would probably be like a nice surprise. Would be, he's kind of made this kind of spin-off game. You'd be playing it or whatever, and then like it pans out and it's somebody playing it on the phone. They put the phone down, and then it's a typical Five Nights game, or
Yeah.
of some description. I think that'd be a cool way of doing it,
Yeah.
because it means that you can be a bit more secretive. It's like, oh yeah, this is the game I'm releasing. It's not like this. It's like kind of like a spin-off, and then it's later revealed after playing it for like 10 minutes or so, which is probably how much leverage of gameplay you'll get out of this. Then cuts to a fully fledged game.
Yeah. We'll see, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I tell you something we won't see this year.
Besides John Cena. Da, 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 da.
Da-da-da. Going back to that thing we mentioned at the beginning of the podcast of Zach having to change his most anticipated game of this year, Scalebound has now been delayed till 2017.
Pretty much immediately after we finished recording, it was
literally,
announced.
I think it was the next day the
Yeah.
news report came out that it had been delayed. But I'm not going to be that guy. I'm like, yeah, it kind of sucks. I would have liked to have it sooner, but if it's gonna make for a better game, then cool.
Yeah.
The delaying it to try and figure out a more interesting character name.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ. Oh, we forgot to talk about a game in the new releases.
Shut up, Jamie. No one cares.
Shut up, you salty motherfucker.
But then again, like Scalebound was originally aimed to be coming out about late 2016.
It was holiday 2016.
So chances are it'll be early 2017.
Hopefully,
like maybe going for like the like February market.
Maybe, yeah.
Like games being delayed is not uncommon now.
Yeah.
People will always scream and whine about it.
And I don't necessarily think it's bad news either.
Oh yeah, like a game gets delayed and people moan, then a game gets released unfinished and people moan. It's like, guys, just no.
Not how it works. Yeah, like games can be delayed for stupid reasons, just as games can be released early for stupid reasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, not really much else to say on that, to be honest. Just Scalebound it looks good, but you're not getting until 2017, so yeah.
You gotta survive another year yet.
I think I'll be fine because I have Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah.
And all the other games that are coming out this year, which I talked about last podcast, that all look pretty good.
It's okay. One day I'll bring my PS4 around with Nier on it, and you can play that with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to go get the old Nier just to try and understand.
But it's fine. You don't need to bring your PS4 so I can play it because Fletch has PS4 and he lives near to me as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
I also have a PS4 and live near to you.
I can go around Fletcher's and pass out on his bed again.
Jesus Christ, I shall be doing that.
which is like one of my legitimate favourite pastimes. I don't know why, it's just so easy to fall asleep in Fletcher's room.
Everyone seems to fall asleep in Fletcher's room.
Alex
did.
Like a faint scent of like cyanide in the air.
Alex fell asleep while watching anime. Oh no, he was definitely watching that anime. Face down on the bed.
My favourite was when I was a burrito.
That wasn't in Fletcher's room though. That was in the
that was in the living room.
Anyway,
precious
this conversation that no one who's watching is gonna
understand or get.
So Nintendo are deleting Mario Maker levels, apparently. I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I found this out earlier. Apparently, they said that they delete levels if they were unpopular, and like for other various reasons, but they didn't specify what they meant by unpopular, and like people are so confused because like they've been deleting people's levels and not explaining why they're deleting it, and they're like, well. My people, like, it has like some people's games have levels had like quite a few people play and still been deleted, and they don't know if it's due to people not completing it or
like the problem with these levels being deleted is that it doesn't seem to be deleted by a moderator, like say Little Big Planet levels would be deleted. It seems to be like purely a system they set up. So they look at statistics and say this one hasn't got a good clear rate. So obviously it's not that popular, whereas it might just be
it's very hard levels.
Yeah.
So it seems a bit strange.
Yeah.
I think it will just be clear rate. As it says, it's a number of plays, completion rate, and stars.
Yeah.
And it'll be like if a game is being played a lot but has a low completion rate, it won't delete it. But if it has been played twice in the past year and never been completed and it has no stars, then it would go. No one's playing this.
Here's the question: why?
Yeah.
Like,
probably need to clear up space on the server because eventually you can fill it up.
But it's fucking Nintendo. It's not like they've not got the money to like buy more server space.
Neither does Sega have enough money, but they got rid of Grimhound's server to play fucking leaderboard for a Sonic game.
That's because Sonic is more important. But I just don't get it. Like. It can't take up that much space per level.
Because it's not as if like the server's like rendering the levels; it's just keeping data, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just like what I imagine. It's just a representation of what block is where. That's it.
Yeah.
And the levels aren't huge, so it can't be like massive files that like massive bits of
even if the tiny files. Think about how many people are making levels.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Nintendo, they should be able to make more servers. I don't don't fucking know. They make
Use,
weird decisions.
use the spare ones from the old network we had set up for the Wii.
Yeah.
But also another thing is that, like, once Nintendo have deleted it, if a player has uploaded that thing, it's got a ban icon on it. Like, it's got a ban placed on it on their player's thing, so they can't re-upload it.
Yeah, they can't even tinker with it. So say if a level is actually unpopular, and it's for this reason, this jumps a bit, skew width, so they can't quite beat it. You can't then take your level into an editor and then re-upload it, like with the problems fixed, because even if you tinker with it, they won't let you re-upload it.
So you'd have to like recreate the whole level.
Yeah,
from scratch. Yeah.
I feel like it's Nintendo. Nintendo have this thing where they have the right idea, they just go about it completely wrong.
Yeah. It just needs more moderation. That's all it needs.
Yeah.
You need somebody that can like, okay, this one's being banned. Why? And you look at the comments and everyone's saying it's a good level. Then it's like, oh, okay, so it is popular. It's just the system's wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like even if you had like a team of people doing that, there's a lot of levels to go through.
Yeah, I know, but
it's say that
Nintendo's a big company.
Yeah.
20% off, guys. Guys, 20% off.
So yeah, Amazon Prime now comes with a 20% discount on pre-orders and new release video games, which new is like in the first couple of weeks, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have Amazon Prime,
assuming you're a Prime customer.
Hell yeah, I am. Woohoo!
See, that's a really good deal. Prime is not a really good deal.
Yeah.
Why is Prime not a really good deal?
It's fucking expensive.
It's £70 for next day delivery. You also get a
On
music
some
service.
items.
On pretty much most items. It's only a select few that have sold by other customers that it won't have Prime on.
Yeah. When I had that short Prime period, I think out of all the things I bought from Amazon, about one of them was eligible for free delivery next day.
They've done a lot better than that. Like, everything I've ordered from there, apart from maybe 3 items, have all been Prime delivery.
Yeah.
Like, I've got them next day. And also you get a film and TV service, which
I would use personally.
I've got Netflix, I'm fine.
Yes. And also you get a free streaming of music service, which was recently added to it. So
YouTube.
Yeah.
you say
Also,
that
I just like to
YouTube
pay my
eats
artists
data
by just buying the albums. It's easier.
when you're out on your phone in the real world doing things.
YouTube. I use YouTube on my phone.
Yeah, you say that, but it eats through data considerably a lot more than if you were streaming it from.
I have unlimited data on my contract.
Oh, that's lucky for you.
Get fucking
I specifically made sure I had a contract with unlimited data because I knew I'd be using YouTube a lot.
There are a couple of reasons why I don't really care about the 20% off. Mainly because I'm a big advocate of buying pre-owned. I think that's a really cost-effective way of getting games. Another reason is there's only one game I've pre-ordered, which is Dark Souls 3. And like the 20% off I would get if I was to subscribe to Prime would probably not be worth it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I get 20% off £100.
Yeah.
So I get it for 80 instead of.
Yeah, but say if because I've got the collector's edition pre-ordered, right? Which I know I said I wouldn't, but I did because I'm weak. I would then get that for 80 quid, but I've still spent 70 quid on the subscription, so I'm actually paying more for it.
Yeah.
And I don't pre-order games very often.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not a tangible benefit. If you pre-order games a lot, then it's great. But if you don't like me, then
I literally don't have enough money to pre-order games a lot.
Yeah. The other issue with Prime is obviously it's not as sneaky as it was, but it's still sneaky.
Yeah.
They go, oh, do you want free delivery? Okay, you should sign up for Prime. Done. Oh, you just spent 70 quid.
Yeah.
It does
Although,
state
to be
that
fair-
if you don't cancel the free trial, it will take out.
Yeah,
It says that now. Originally, it doesn't. Yeah, and originally, it didn't even say that.
Look, credit where it's due though. Because I cancelled my Prime membership when I had the free student one, and for whatever reason, it didn't cancel properly, and it charged me again. So I was like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah, they will give you your money back if you haven't ordered anything.
But because I didn't realise till about a week or so after, but because I didn't actually use the service in any way, they gave me a full refund.
Yeah, which is what they do.
Which is good. Like, I think it's necessary to when you're shitting on a company, it is good to say this is what they've done right though. Because
they did sort it out, but it is still sneaky, which is a bad business tactic. But a lot of companies do it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot better.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Sign up for this free trial. Forget that you signed up for it, and then we'll charge you after.
Netflix does it.
Yeah, Netflix does it as well.
Like most companies that give you a free trial will do that. It's like very rare that you'll get a company that once free trial's up, you won't get charged afterwards.
It's good. It's good.
But it's not about charging afterwards. It's the
really
fact that they will see it's a free trial, and don't tell you the fact that once that's over, you immediately get they don't tell you you're getting charged now. They'll just be, by the way, here's a charge.
Well, they do tell you because I think they're legally obliged to, but they're not legally obliged to put it in big letters.
Yeah.
They'll it'll be in a very small print at the bottom of.
It can be in it could even be in the terms and agreement,
which no one ever reads. So.
Yeah, exactly. So
you could be shitting on Amazon right now without any reason to, because they have mentioned it in the terms and conditions.
I'm not saying that they haven't mentioned it. I'm saying that they hide it or have hidden it in past.
Oh no, because the terms and conditions on everything is meant to be read by you. So if they put it into that, although you haven't read it, you should have, because they asked you to read the terms and conditions. So you can't say that they've hidden it, because it's in the terms and conditions and it will be there. But because you haven't read it and they do oblige you to read it before you go into this service, it's your own fault.
That's actually a really valid point.
Oh my god, did Jamie just say something clever? Wow. Did Jamie just say something that wasn't completely idiotic?
I think that's a very valid point. Not one we should go into now because, fuck, we got things to be doing. But
how long have we been recording?
Maybe an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway, on with the news.
We only have one more thing, so let's get this out of the way. So, Twilight Princess HD,
which I pre-ordered.
We talked about in the past, is coming in March.
Yes, March.
And it's also, if you get the special edition or you can buy it separately, there's the Wolflink amiibo. It has been revealed that you can use the Wolflink amiibo to unlock a bonus dungeon that wasn't in the original game. They're adding in, and you won't be able to access this dungeon unless you have the amiibo, or possibly you're a speedrunner and could probably find a way in. They have also said that all of the other Zelda amiibos, which they mentioned will work, will kind of give you extra arrows for your bow, or extra health or whatever, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's this extra dungeon that's the key thing.
Yeah. And it also gives you a reason to go out and buy the amiibo as well.
It's bullshit DLC basically.
If this amiibo is as difficult to get your hands on as some amiibos have been, I can see this causing big issues. That there's a whole dungeon in the game that you can't access because the amiibo is so fucking rare.
But the Splatoon amiibos.
That one guy bought all of them, so no one else could have them.
Guy's a fucking asshole.
He is. But
I want to drive up the price so I can make money. Children want to buy these things. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping that my pre-order for the limited edition doesn't get fucked over like it did with the Splatoon one, because I pre-ordered that with all the figurines from game, and then someone hijacked the truck with the delivery and never received that. I cried. It's I literally was that was last year was the shittest year for me. I pre-ordered so many limited editions and none of them turned up.
The amount of shit that happened with amiibos is ridiculous.
As we've established, 2015 fucking sucked.
So far 2016 sucks as well.
Yeah, 2016 is not going off to a great start.
I think it is. I think it's going great.
Have you been paying attention to anything that's been going on?
Well, it's Jamie. Of course, he hasn't been.
I know that, David. Obviously, in the news about people dying.
Yeah, Lemmy's gone. David Bowie's gone. Alan Rickman.
Yeah, they are all sad things. But now I have time to play games, so it's getting better.
People have died, but I'm having fun.
Well, yeah, like, obviously the people dying sad and all, but Dragon's Dogma on PC, guys, come on.
But yeah, R.I.P. Lemmy, David Bowie. David Bowie? Bowie?
I'm
David
still
Bowie.
unsure about how that last name is
Yeah.
said.
David. R.I.P. David.
Yeah.
And
Rip Dave.
R.I.P. Alan Rickman. Jesus Christ.
And Wayne Static's missus killed herself as well. Lead singer from Static X. That was recent as well, so...
Jesus Christ.
Everyone's dying.
Also the guy from like Ghostbusters that I mentioned the other night died.
You mentioned the other night to who?
Zach and Fletcher was in a Skype call.
I vaguely remember
he
you
said
mentioning
he
this.
literally just said, "Oh, by the way, the guy from Ghostbusters died." It's like,
Oh, that guy. Okay, then.
I did.
Oh, and then
elaborate.
you also said, "Oh, Zach, Chris, a guy from Doctor Who died," and then we were
I said
like,
it was
"Who?"
fine.
And then after like a couple of minutes of probing, you were like, "I think he like wrote an episode or two of Doctor Who." Everyone's dead. By the end of 2016, the human race will be extinct.
Would it be like disrespectful to like play Tizanikind over the background? It's that really sad Final Fantasy piano song which everyone uses.
It may or may not be disrespectful. However, it is too much effort, and therefore I'm not going to do it.
somehow mix Motorhead, David Bowie songs, and Snape quotes all together.
Yeah.
There's a milkman.
You tried.
I did.
Okay, should we end this off then? If that's all the news we've got, unless anyone's got anything else that we've just forgotten to put on the list.
No, I don't feel like I have.
Alright, cool. In that case, if you have enjoyed, as always, leave a like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter at floor_0, because floor0 is taken. We'll be tweeting when we upload shit. There's the subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/floor0, where we do a similar thing. We post when episodes go up. Yeah, that's all the ending spiel. Anyone, any closing remarks? Any poop stories? Any shit we should be talking about?
Like this video for child pornography.
I was going to get to that, but okay, cool, yeah.
Do what he said.
That one.
I was hoping to see what your reaction would be for me saying it.
I'm kind of surprised, to be honest.
I have to say it with more confidence than that, though. You have
Like
to
this
have
video for child pornography.
There we go.
Any kind of pornography that you want to flag it. Flag it for anything. Just flag the video.
At least we know people are watching it if it gets taken
Yeah.
down.
Don't worry though, because Nintendo will take it down. Because
Oh yeah, we mentioned Nintendo products on here. Shit.
Yeah. Right then. I suppose that's the podcast.
I suppose so.
Cool. We'll see you next week,
Maybe.
who knows?
Maybe next.
We're
see you at
very
some point in the
unorganized, so
We've got shit to do though. We're busy people.
I'm not
We
anymore.
are.
Well, I am, but less so now.
We're meant to be busy people.
Yeah, that's the key. Right then. See ya.
Goodbye.
So long!
Arrivederci.
Minecraft.
My God! My God!